welcome to Distracted Nerd, and we have finally, well, I don't think finally is the right word. I don't think people have been clamoring for the sixth entry in the Children of the Corn series. So today we're covering Children of the Corn 666, Isaac's Return. And now I don't want you to be lost, so pause this video and go back and watch my breakdowns of the first 5 movies in this franchise. I mean, it's not necessary story-wise because these movies barely have anything to do with the ones that came before. And now everyone knows that Stephen King was not a fan of the Children of the Corn sequels, but we have recovered voicemails that King left the director, Cary Scogland, try to help the 6th movie get the series back on track.
Hey, Care Bear, this is Steve King again. I'm having a lot of reservations about the direction of the Children of the Corn series. That short story was very personal to me, as it was about the time I almost choked on a spoonful of sweet corn. Now listen, my idea for the movie is this: Children of the Corn 6 and the Case of the Spooky Town Express. Right? I paused for dramatic effect. And so the Spooky Town Express is a train that goes right through a graveyard. Oh my, that's so scary. A graveyard is way scarier than a cornfield. I should have called it Children of the Graveyard. Oh, and you can film the entire movie at dusk, which is just the scariest time of day. Oh my gosh, can you imagine a spooky graveyard at dusk? I'm imagining it, and I guarantee I won't sleep tonight. Anywho, just wanted to bend your ear. Of corn! Oh, I didn't even know I was going to say that. Now I'm remembering the spoonful of corn again.
So the hero of our story is Hannah, who is a descendant of the original Children of the Corn cult that was led by child preacher Isaac Kroner. And right off the bat, I gotta say, Children of the Corn 6 is the orangest movie I've ever seen. Just every scene so freaking orange. And so Hannah is returning to Gatlin to find her birth mother. And the only clue that she has to go on is a page torn out of a Hardy Boys book. Is that supposed to be a newspaper article? Along the way, she meets a preacher named Zachariah, whose car is broken down on the side of the road. And Hannah tells him that she has visions, and he tells her that Hannah in the Bible gave birth to a son named Samuel who became a great prophet. Then Zachariah disappears, and Hannah crashes into a cornfield, and she runs afoul of the local sheriff named Cora. And Cora realizes who Hannah is and takes her to the creepy local hospital to see Doc Michaels. And Doc Michaels is played by Stacy Keach, and Keach is really slumming it here, but damn it, he is trying because he's a professional.
You know, whatever you're looking for here, Miss Martin, you're not going to find it. Do yourself a favor and go back to California. You're only going to be disappointed.
And so Hannah goes wandering the halls of the hospital, and we get probably the first and only slow motion jump scare. Followed by a slow motion chase scene.
I've got goose flesh just from saying it out loud. Well, maybe put some of that in your movie, because then audiences will remember their own dreams where they move slowly. So scary. Plus, slow motion will hide all the unusable takes that you'll inevitably get. Well, my Hot Pockets are done. I'll talk to you later.
And the person chasing Hannah is a mental patient named Jake, who leads her to Isaac, who has been in a coma for 19 years ever since this happened. Okay. Now, I'm not a fan of jump scares. I think they're cheap and hacky. However, this scene really seemed like it was supposed to have one. Like, play that again. Man, jump scares, yeah, they're even more distracting when they don't happen. And so we learn that this is Gabriel, who works at the hospital, and this is the clearest screenshot I can get of him because everything is filmed with a handheld camera, and it's always shot in just the worst possible lighting ever.
Why'd you let her go?
She'll be back.
Why didn't you just tell her?
Prophecy says she has to find out for herself.
Oh, nice. There's a prophecy. That makes screenwriting just stupid easy.
Shouldn't you be doing some tests or something?
Yeah.
You ought to know better, Doc. Those things will kill you.
Why do you think I do it?
My God, Stacy Keach is way too badass to be in this dopey-ass movie. Hannah then stops at a motel where she meets motel workers Morgan and Matt.
extra towels are under the sink. No fancy shampoo bottles, so I hope you brought your own, and you can check out whenever.
And man, this is the kind of business person I aspire to be. Knowing that there's no competition anywhere around, so I can be as shitty as possible to every customer that comes in because they have no choice in establishments. Like I'd open the only Dick's Last Resort within 500 miles. People would come in and I'd be all like, here's your pot stickers, you greasy son of a bitch. And they'd be all like, oh, that was delightful. And I'd be like, shit. And that night, Isaac wakes up from his coma.
You have a son. He's perfect.
Ew. I'm sorry, I just can't imagine this dude raw dogging anyone. Especially when he was supposed to be 12. And Hannah returns to the hospital and Gabriel helps her look for her birth certificate. And he tells her that he and all the other quote-unquote teenagers in town are the children of the original Children of the Corn. And Hannah finds that her birth mother was named Rachel Colby, and that night a mysterious visitor comes to the motel, and Hannah follows them to a graveyard. Oh my god, Stephen King was right, that is terrifying. And even though Hannah left the motel at night, it is somehow 5:30 p.m. again. And so just like with New Nightmare, where every scene took place at 1 in the afternoon, every scene in this movie takes place around 6-ish. They call it the magic hour because it magically makes every scene look like shit.
Do you know whose truck that is?
Rachel Colby's.
It's a good thing we just learned that name, otherwise this reveal would have us just being kind of like, oh, okay. You know, kind of how Hannah is reacting to the fact that her mother is alive and right there. And we learned that Hannah's birth was a part of Isaac's prophecy, so Doc Michaels helped Rachel fake Hannah's death and relocated Hannah to an adoptive mother, and Isaac finds this out and murders Doc Michaels.
My son.
Okay, they just went right into that reveal. Okay, so Isaac's mysterious child turns out to be this guy. Let me see, who the hell is that? Okay, so this is the motel concierge, Matt. You know, the guy that we met for 30 seconds 15 minutes ago. Wow, what a reveal. And Isaac wants Matt to carry on his legacy.
My lineage goes all the way back to Isaac.
Wow, that far, huh? Your lineage goes all the way back to your dad? Man, that could rival Genghis Khan.
Go find yours.
So Matt drunkenly gives Hannah a shovel, and she just instinctively knows that she's supposed to dig up the grave of Rachel's baby.
If you do this now, there's no turning back. Open that casket, and the first part of the prophecy has come true.
You know, it seems to me that if you know every step needed to fulfill a prophecy, you know, a prophecy that you spent your entire life trying to stop, it should be really easy to make the prophecy not happen. Like, give me a prophecy. I'll stop it. I'll stop it right now. But Hannah has to open up the coffin anyways.
The firstborn daughter of the children will return on the eve of her 19th birthday to find out who she is. And he who walks behind the rose will awaken.
And her reaction leads me to believe that she thought that maybe there was a chance that there would be a tiny baby skeleton in there, even though we all knew like an hour ago that Hannah was Rachel's baby.
He wants you to be the mother of a superior race. And the prophecy says you decide to do it.
God, I don't know why prophecies in movies bother me so much. It's just incredibly lazy. It's like, hey, we have to explain all of this stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. How about a prophecy? A prophecy? Oh. Ooh, and what about visions too? Oh, yeah, prophecies and visions? That's Oscar shit right there. All right, that's lunch.
It matters because I still have visions.
The gift of visions.
Even Jesus Christ had visions of a perfect world. My vision is absolute.
Your visions are real.
Don't underestimate the power of my vision.
Prophecy says she has to find out for herself.
And the prophecy says you decide to do it.
The prophecy is written.
Prophecies never come to pass. Your prophecy died with my child.
The prophecy will be fulfilled.
Open that casket, and the first part of the prophecy has come true.
Trash is sacred prophecy, but this is all part of it. You can't escape the prophecy.
There is no prophecy.
Was my prophecy, and it was fulfilled.
That night, the cult gathers in the cornfield under Isaac's command for a branding ceremony for Matt, where he's recognized as the first of the chosen.
What?
And now this is actually terrifying. Minding your own business when a gaggle of teens emerge from the corn, and on the one day you parted your hair down the middle just to see if you liked it, calling you a Dwight Schrute-looking mother. Ugh, horrifying.
Would you leave me alone?
Oh God, Hannah, no. Trust me, shrieking for children to leave you alone only makes the teasing worse. And if you're anything like me, your Crocs are not in sport mode because it chafes the back of your foot, so you will not be able to make a speedy getaway. And they take Hannah to Isaac, who begins the union ceremony, but Hannah escapes. Morgan tries to help her but gets captured, and Isaac tries to make Matt sacrifice her, but he refuses.
Yes.
Better you were never born than to have disappointed me so.
Matt, I don't think you have to worry about disappointing Isaac. He has no power in this town. And so then Isaac kills her with a machete.
Strength shall be rewarded.
Rewarded with what? You've been in a coma for 20 years. You don't even have a bank account.
It's almost midnight, and your prophecies never come to pass.
So does the prophecy observe Central Standard Time? And so Gabriel takes Hannah to a barn, and they should probably try to get out of town and get help. But first, they decide to take a hose shower in a barn in 45-degree weather, and then they have sex right at midnight. Like, first of all, I don't know why they're taking a shower. Secondly, she's just getting his clothes wet. Third, they don't have anything really to dry themselves off with except a horse blanket, and then they're having sex on the ground, like while they're still damp. Like they're just gonna get barn shit all over them. God, this is actually a horrifying scene. A drunk Matt shows up, and Gabriel convinces Matt to kill himself with a scythe. Now, if I'm a teenager, your cult has to be so much cooler than this before you can even begin to brainwash me. They go to the hospital for a final showdown with Isaac, who believes himself to be he who walks behind the rose, and Gabriel reveals that he was actually the firstborn of the original Children of the Corn, and Isaac denied him his birthright. So Gabriel kills Isaac, and Rachel thinks that she kills Gabriel, and Gabriel somehow blows up the hospital as Hannah and Rachel walk off into the constant sunset, and we learn that Hannah is pregnant with the child of he who walks behind the rose. If that sounds familiar, it's because that's pretty much how part 5 ended. Like, honestly, I think they just forgot.
I'll wipe the tears from your eyes.
Is he talking to us?
No, we've been over this, Dan. The people on television are not speaking directly to us.
Step into the clear, Destro, if you've got the guts.
I don't take orders from someone with that blonde of a beard. It's like too blonde to really take you seriously. I mean, even Hulk Hogan stopped at a mustache, and he looks badass, but it would look absolutely shit with a full beard. No, hang back. He's right.
I spent half my life in this drugstore. Grew up here. One thing I always remember ordering was a chocolate soda with 6 scoops. And it was only a dime. You look familiar to me. Have I seen you before?
I got that kind of face.
I'm a Homewood 5, but a Cincinnati 8. And so Martin Sloan heads back to his life, content in the realization that he can't go home again. Time is forever marching forward. Longing for the carefree days of your youth is a fool's dream. If you could reach into the past, use it to bring back food that's been discontinued. I would just constantly bring back pallets full of pizzerias, or the Dunkaroos from the 90s. I know they brought Dunkaroos back, but they don't have the vanilla cookies with the chocolate frosting, and they aren't shaped like kangaroos anymore. What the hell is up with that? Do 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 do.